What's up guys, Thunder Alley here back. Today we're talking about the Chargers' Week 4 win over the Houston Texans. I feel like this is a common occurrence, but I'm continuing to talk about the Chargers letting their foot off the gas, and that's exactly what happened in Week 4. I mean, they were up 21-0 and somehow almost lost this game. It didn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I know, of course, Eckler totaled 3 touchdowns. He ended up catching a ball with, 2:28 left. That put the game away. But the offensive coordinator for the Chargers, and even Eric Bieniemy for the Chiefs, let these guys just continue to run up the score and throw the ball. And I know Herbert's dealing with a rib injury and he's not fully healthy, but when you have a team of this type of talent, and yes, the Chargers have probably more talent than anyone. I cover the Chiefs, I cover the Packers, and I make some other videos as well. But there's no one that has as much talent as the Chargers, and they're dealing with injuries, don't get me wrong here. Last week, when you guys, of course, lost that game, I had the game on my monitor, but I don't have volume on my monitor, so I didn't even know J.C. Jackson missed that game. So that's why, if any of you saw my last video, I did miss that. But for this game specifically, there were things to take away, and there were things that really need to be addressed. And we'll start off with the offensive line. It was good in this game. Herbert being banged up, it's critical to keep him protected. And without Rashawn Slater, that's just a huge loss. I mean, that's an all-pro type of player, coming from the left side of the line. Left tackle is easily the most important position, maybe even in the entire league. Besides quarterback, even more important than quarterback. If you can't protect the blind side of your guy, I mean, you're in serious trouble. But you do have a player who was able to step up. I mean, Jamari Sawyer, I believe is how you say it. So he did show a lot of promise in this game. He had great body control, balance, and strength. And Houston Texans did not really generate a pass rush. So Mike Williams bounced back in this game as well. He was starting to run more shallow crossing routes. I know Gerald Everett caught a touchdown in this game. Herbert and him are still building chemistry. So there is a lot of things going right for the Chargers. They're, of course, 500 now. They're trying to get healthy. They're trying to continue to get better. I mean, it's not a completely new roster, but there's a lot of new faces here. And Eckler, he was really the takeaway from this game. I mean, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns. The defense for the Chargers was not good in this game. They did have 2 interceptions, which, I mean, you'll take any single day of the week, but the Chargers defense was not flawless in this game. It didn't, I wouldn't say it won them the game, but at least down the stretch it did show up. So I will say the takeaway from this game, besides Eckler, really was it's not good. It's that the Chargers they had a 21-point lead in this game, which they held at the half, and then the offense and the defense, it was both sides of it. They went away. And the Texans, they got to within 3 points. And at the end of the game, we saw Eckler score. We saw the defense come up in the interception. And I did start the Chargers defense in fantasy. And I think it gave me 8 points, which it didn't. I lost. I lost, and Cooper Kupp is still playing for him tonight. So, yeah, I'm done. I just want to see more consistency from the Chargers. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, if I were to give them a grade, I think a B would be generous, dude. Probably a C+, a B-. I think it's in that type of territory. I mean, the offensive line looked good. Austin Eckler, obviously, with the offensive line, was able to benefit. Justin Herbert was protected, and he made some good throws. You could tell Herbert is still dealing with injuries. He's not fully healthy. I don't know when he will be. I mean, a rib injury, broken rib, is insane. I couldn't even do anything with that, let alone play a football game. It's pretty crazy what Herbert's doing. But despite the C+, B-, whatever you want to give them, maybe you give them a B, I don't know. It's clear that the Chargers, they still are trying to gain chemistry. And there's still a long season ahead of us. It's been 4 weeks of football. The Chargers are 2-2. By the end of the season, I know some of you might be thinking, well, the Chargers, we're going to choke as always. We're going to fall short. For me personally, this is my first year covering football, which means that I did not get to experience the Chargers-Raiders Week 18 game. I was following it, but I didn't cover the Chargers that season. I didn't cover the Chargers years before that. So that is completely irrelevant to me. I'm looking at the Chargers, and I'm saying, look, I cover all these different teams, and none of them are as good as the Chargers. I stand by that. I cover the Packers. The Packers are 3-1. They might be one of the best teams in the NFC. But the Chargers, they just need to stay on the field. You can't really fault them for injuries. You can't blame Joey Bosa for getting hurt, J.C. Jackson for that ankle injury, Rashawn Slater. Like, injuries happen. And it's unfortunate because, man, like, the Chargers were going to make noise. But right now, the Kansas City Chiefs, they just beat the Bucs. Not badly, but they completely dominated them from the entire. Actually, it wasn't a blowout, but I mean the Chiefs completely dominated on both sides of the ball in that game. But we also just saw that the Chargers go into Arrowhead without Keenan Allen, who Keenan Allen didn't play in this game, either. And if Herbert and Everett were on the same page, that doesn't happen. So the Chargers, like, big things are ahead. It's just whenever I talk about this team, whenever I make videos, I just get so excited. Like, the Chargers are just such a cool team. They've got great fans, and I cannot wait to cover this team, dude. I'm trying to get more into it, dude. It's just doing full-time in college and running these channels is so much work. But I swear, bro, I'm going to start giving you guys more uploads starting now. That's why I made sure to get this out. I didn't wait until, like, the next week. Like, it's Monday, dude. The game happened yesterday. So I'm going to be getting you guys a couple videos a week. Appreciate you, Thunder Alley. And one of these days, I haven't been to an NFL game since 2016 in December for my 18th birthday. So I haven't been to an NFL game in a minute, but I definitely am trying to go see a Charger game, even if it's a road game. I kind of want to go to SoFi Stadium, though, dude. I don't know. It's just the Chargers. There's just a different type of feeling when I make a video for them compared to another team. I don't know what it is, but maybe I think it's the fact that they haven't won a Super Bowl. I mean, it's just something good is bound to happen. I think it's this season, dude. I really do think the Chargers. That's why I bet on them over the Chiefs. And I did lose, obviously, that bet, but man, like Justin Herbert, these weapons, the offensive coordinator just needs to, oh man, like he needs to start keeping his foot on the gas. Like he did the same thing week 1 against the Raiders, dude. They got up to a commanding lead, and then they just kind of, both sides of the ball, they just really disappeared. So let's take a look at the Chargers schedule. I don't even know who my own football team is. The Colts are playing next week. So Chargers, they are taking on the Browns. That's going to be a tough game. Is it in Cleveland? It is a road game. The Chargers' run defense will be tested. Then they've got the Broncos on Monday Night Football. Seahawks, Falcons, 49ers, and Chiefs. Very up and down schedule. A lot of tough games. I mean, even the Seahawks, you can't sleep on them, bro. And the Falcons, the Falcons are actually in first place right now. So, I mean, this is a pretty tough schedule for the Chargers, but that's what we're looking for. We're looking for these tough teams to see how they can compete. And Brandon Staley and these boys, they will be ready. They will be prepared. And it's your boy Thunder Alley. I'm signing out. Have a good one, guys.